Hey everyone, it's Dr. Hodges, and I want to do a quick Thanksgiving survival guide 2025. And I want it to give you some ideas for people that are getting ready for surgery. Maybe they've had surgery and they're on the post-op diet. And then for my folks that are they're either trying to be mindful of their weight, so they're doing medical weight loss, or they've had surgery and they just still want to be a success. So let's start with our high priority people, the people that are getting ready for surgery. If you are planning to have your surgery either the week of Thanksgiving or the week after Thanksgiving, and so you're on a modified diet, please, for the love, stick to your diet as prescribed by the doctor. So if I am telling my patients to do a full liquid diet, that does not mean that you can have chunky soup. If you want to eat anything, it has to be completely blended. In the past, if somebody ends up, like if they have a full stomach, there's a risk whenever we put the tube in to help you breathe. There's always a risk that once you are relaxed, everything that's in your stomach could come up. If you've been on a GLP-1 before, and even if you've been off of it for at least a week, you can sometimes have some sustained gastroparesis. So that means slow stomach emptying, and you still may have food in your stomach. And so you might have chunks that come up. And I can tell you, if there are chunks, if there is onion, that's going to have skin. You can't have that. When I say blended, I mean blended, like applesauce kind of blended and strained. Absolutely. Otherwise, you do not want a potato that goes down your trachea. You do not want a piece of onion skin that gets in your windpipe. That is no good. Nobody wants that for Thanksgiving. So if you are pre-op and you are on a liquid diet, stick to your liquid diet, okay? Please, please, please. That's number one. Number two, if you are a post-op, and if you're one of my patients, if you are 1 week after surgery and you are on your clear liquid diet, that is broth. That does not mean broth and then maybe a little bit of turkey in there because Thanksgiving's right around the corner. That does not mean that. That means broth. Broth, broth, broth. Now, if you want to take some of your turkey drippings and make like a turkey broth with that, you can, but it needs to be strained. Okay, so, but you can salt, pepper, zhuzh it up however you'd like. When it comes to your week 2, that again, full liquid diet. That does not mean I had some mashed potatoes and I whipped them up really, really good and I just moved it around my mouth. Okay, that is not liquid. So, it needs to be liquid. You can do a smoothie. You can do cream-based soups, tomato soups, nothing with lumps or bumps. You have to blend it. Everything needs to be blended. The PSA for today is, when it comes to Black Friday, I have never taken call. I am out shopping with my mom, and then A&M plays on Friday night. You could be in the ER with a perforation on your last leg and dying. I'm not coming in to take care of you. It's going to be my surgery partner. I do not take call, and I do not take care of patients on Black Friday. So please don't do something dumb on Thursday, i.e. Thanksgiving. So do not advance your diet too soon. If you are on your soft diet does not include turkey. Nope, does not. Does not include ground turkey. It does not include ham. Does not actually include any meat unless it is a flaky fish. You can do mashed potatoes, but you can't have big clumps of cheese in it. You can't have bacon. Like, it needs to be mashed potatoes. Like, pretend like you have no teeth. In fact, pretend that you are a baby and you've just learned to eat. You would never give a baby that is literally the first time that you're feeding them, you would not give them mashed potatoes with bacon bits and cheese on it. You can't do that. And even if you did a little bit of stuffing, you can't pick stuffing that has all that like good stuff in it, like the silvery and the its and bits, because that's not soft. It doesn't matter if you think that you can mush it up. There's still the skin that will get stuck. I promise you that will get stuck. I know because I've had to pull it out before. And remember, I won't be doing that Thanksgiving weekend. Let's see what else. If you want to do a little stuffing, it just has to be like the cornbread. If it is bread stuffing, do not do that. You are going to get stuck. It will get stuck and you will feel miserable. And even if it's a cornbread stuffing, you probably need to put a little gravy on it to make it moist because it might be too dense. Do not do green bean casserole. Don't do that. If y'all are making mac and cheese, you would have to get the goodie on the inside, not that good crust on the top or anything at the bottom that might be burnt or crusty. That will get stuck. And don't add extra cheese to it. That's going to make it too dense. If things are dry, if they're dense, they will fill you up. It will get stuck. Let's see. If you wanted one little bite of like maybe pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, you like that consistency, that's what we mean by soft. And you can have a little bit of bite of that. Please nobody eat pecan pie. That's just going to be way too much sugar. That's just going to throw you over the edge. No rolls. That will also get stuck. So if you are on your soft diet and it's Thanksgiving time, your safest bet is to have a little bit of mashed potato and maybe a little bit of stuffing, and make sure you put gravy on it so that it's nice and soft. Use a baby spoon. That's about the size bite you need. Do not do any of the meats. It is just going to be too dense. And it doesn't matter how long they've cooked or how, what your grandma's or aunt's special recipe is. It's just going to be too dense. So just take my word for it. Now let's say you are out of the post-op diet. What are some things that you can do after surgery? So this is where it gets a little trickier. So maybe you're 6 months out from surgery. Maybe you haven't ever had any surgery. You're just trying to make good choices. So turkey, of course, is going to be leaner than ham. Especially like if you're making a ham like that has like a sugar crystalline on top. So you may want to opt more for turkey. You can put a little gravy on that. If you are wanting to do sweet potatoes, if somebody's making a sweet potato casserole, back in the day, while I was in residency, I would make Charlotte's sweet potato heaven. Oh my God. I would make 3 pounds of sweet potatoes, and I put in like a cup of sugar and a cup of butter and all this stuff, and then the marshmallow on top. It was delightful. Oh my goodness. If you were trying to lose some weight or if you've had surgery, generally a sweet potato casserole is going to be entirely too sweet. It's going to have too much carbohydrate and sugar in it. And it's either going to make you feel nauseated or it's just going to derail your weight loss. A better option, and what I've done in the past, is I will just take a sweet potato. I just bake them. And they have their natural sugars. And actually what I do, this is so good. Put your oven at 425. Cover them with olive oil and really thick kosher salt. Prick them. And then cook them for an hour and a half. That's it. Just throw them on a pan. You don't have to put them in foil or nothing. I mean, literally throw them on a sheet pan. And forget about them. Keep them in there for about an hour and a half. When they come out, they are so good. And you put a little bit of butter on them. Oh my God, that's all you need. That is how you should do your sweet potatoes. So if you are either on your soft diet, that's a great idea. If you're trying to be mindful about your waistline, or if you just want to make sure that nothing gets stuck, actually doing a whole sweet potato, that is probably going to be a better option than doing somebody's like Charlotte's sweet potato heaven, because you just don't know how much sugar or butter has really been added to that. Also, having veggies, a better option, like if you want to grill some vegetables. So I also used to make a Brussels sprouts. I would roast those. Again, 425 olive oil, kosher salt. I would roast those, but then I would make like this blue cheese cream sauce. If you're trying to watch your weight, please don't make a blue cheese cream sauce, because all it is unsalted butter and heavy cream. Probably not the best thing for your thighs. But a better alternative, if you still like that taste of blue cheese, is you broil your veggies and then you just put some crumbled blue cheese on top. Or forego the cheese altogether, because you can roast Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, all of those different vegetables. They taste amazing. 400 to 425. drizzle olive oil, kosher salt, chef's kiss. That is going to be a better way to do some of your holiday veggies. And, I think the last thing I want you to do is give yourself a break. This is the season. I want you to be with your family, be with your friends, be with your friends that are like family, and just be thankful for the blessing of the day. I wish you all the very best, a very, very happy and blessed Thanksgiving, and make the right choices. Don't advance your diet too soon, because I promise you I'm going to be out on Black Friday, and I'm going to be sending some pictures for Black Friday because we love to do our shopping. And then in the evening, we're going to watch A&M win that ball game. We're going to be undefeated for the season, or at least that's the hope. We shall see. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.